Hi Felicia, this is Luana and welcome to my week 2 screencast. I'm gonna keep it short this week because I know last week I think I talked for 10 minutes and the video should be 5 minutes, so I'm gonna make it short and sweet and to the point this time. So I really enjoyed working on this project this week, the fruit database application. It was really great to put a lot of the super globals into practice, as well as using the PDO connection, seeing everything getting connected to this MySQL database, and just seeing what we all see as magic, unveiling the magic essentially, and seeing how it actually works. So I had a lot of fun. And I took some time designing my form as well, my application form. So, all right, so let me get to the point here. So this is my fruits.php file. I've utilized a PDO connection here, and then used an if statement to connect, to check to see if a post method is being used in the browser, and then from there to grab the variables and put it into a prepare bind execute statement. And then here we get into my HTML. I did a couple little bit of additional things. I was trying to make it responsive. My form, my web page, my application, all these terms. So here's the header with the image that I connected through CSS, and then we get into the form right here. I did make them required, so I'm going to test out the validation in a minute here so you can see that. And then we get into the table. As you can see, I've also realized every time I refreshed the page after this last entry I put with the cherries, I guess it was still in the browser. So every time I refreshed the page to test out the form, or not the form, but I was doing some CSS changes, it kept adding cherries to the database. So I thought that was kind of funny. But then as you get towards the end, after the table here with the headers, then we get into connecting back again, or not connecting, but doing another statement in order to read everything here in the database and to fetch it all and put it into an array. And then we loop through the array so that way it can display in each row on here on the table all the information with the ID, the fruit name, the color, as well as the delete. And then let's hop over there really quick so I can show you my code that I did. So again, connecting, doing a new connection to the through PDO to the database, and then getting the ID, the link here where it was linked here. So getting the ID of fruit ID, and then inserting into a prepare statement and then executing it. And then here using the header to locate it back to PHP to fruits.php, and then exiting out. I thought this was funny. Die. I haven't seen that yet, so I was laughing when I saw in the demo, like die parentheses. Okay. All right. So getting into the form here. So right here, if you hit enter, if it's both empty, it won't go through. Even if you, let's say, put apples, add apples here, but you don't add a color, it still won't go through. So let me try a different fruit here. Let's say pineapple and bright yellow. Submit. So then right here it adds back into the table here, and then we go over here to MySQL database under the fruits table, refresh, and there we go. Pineapple has been added. And then I guess before refresh you saw that there were other cherries in there, and then I was testing out the delete. So let's go ahead and go to that. And then I deleted what was it? Raspberries deep red. So let me do that again because I just clicked delete. So let's go ahead and delete pineapple, and then it refreshes the page, and then we go over here, refresh, raspberries and pineapple has been deleted. So I really enjoyed this project. I had a lot of fun. I did run into some errors where while I was typing it out, I kept doing the prepare, bind, and execute. Sometimes right here I would get not confused, but I'll start typing it out, and then instead of putting the arrow to connect or to point to the method here, I would put equal signs throughout, and then of course my code would break, and then I'm like, why isn't it working? But sometimes you just have to really like stare through, comb through the code, and then that's when you're like, I was trying different things. Like for example here with the result, I did the opposite with the variable result here. Instead of doing equal, I did arrow, and then when you refresh here, everything be like line 79, and I'm like, what's wrong with line 79? It looks perfect, and then I'm like, oh, I needed to put an equal sign. So, so this is my screencast. I try to keep it short, not too long. I hope you enjoyed it, and talk to you soon.